Hello everybody, in today's video I'm breaking down all the new things coming down to Call of Duty on April 10th, and that's next Tuesday. Give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm going to kind of talk a little bit from my perspective, things that they could have done differently, and then how these changes will probably affect you and your gameplay. So first thing up that I want to focus on is the good things that I like about it. So as far as my opinion goes, the good things are that they are overhauling the division system so that you're going to have more creative freedom. You'll be able to use a suppressor on any class as long as you're using SMG. You'll be able to use a bayonet on any class as long as it's a rifle. And now LMGs automatically have the bipod, and then now you can actually hold your breath with every sniper rifle regardless of what class you're running. So those are the huge changes. As far as the shotgun, you're still going to have that fire shotty, so you'll be able to have that with every class. So we got to see how these all play out. The idea, the concept's really good as far as how they give us extra freedom. But we'll see how the community uses it or abuses it. That really depends on how the game plays. As far as combat trainings, they actually removed one of the most popular combat trainings, at least when the game came out, and that is primed. So what they did to compensate that, they added an attachment to every division. So automatically by default, as long as you upgrade your infantry division, you're going to have 4 attachments. And what they did is they kind of offset that with being able to equip a suppressor to your SMGs, a bayonet to your rifle. So in reality, it is very similar, but it's not quite exactly the same. So you do get a little more freedom if you want to use different things or not use a bayonet. Now you're going to have 4 attachments automatically. Along with this, almost every best class setup video that's ever been made needs to be a little bit tweaked and overhauled. So you should be looking out for some of those down the road. Keep in mind this is an update video, so I'm going to give you a further update later on and kind of break down some of these different divisions later on. Once we get a chance to use them, play with them, and kind of break down what the pros and cons are. So this isn't going to be a detailed breakdown. This is just kind of my opinion on each of the things and give you an update on what is going to be changing very soon. The other thing that they're going to do is make it so that every division has unlimited sprint, and then they're going to kind of nerf the sprint speed so it doesn't feel quite as overpowered. What this is definitely a plus for me. I think it's going to speed up the game a little bit, allow people to move from one location to the next without running out of breath, because that can get kind of annoying. I think just overall it should add a different element to the game and make the game feel completely different. Another cool thing that they're going to be doing, they're going to make it so launchers can just be equipped without actually having to run a basic training. So I know a lot of people have been asking for that, especially when you're doing your camo grind for that chrome camo. You're going to want to make sure that you have access to that launcher without sacrificing every basic training in the game. So they're going to modify the basic training, so if you did want to equip a launcher, it'll just allow you to come up with more ammo. So as you're doing your challenges, you'll be able to do those a little bit more effectively. They did modify those slightly. They gave percentages in the detailed patch notes, which I have down in the description below. So go ahead and check that out if you actually want to read line by line everything they did. But for the most part, they just made it so you can equip a launcher default in your secondary. Another thing they did is went ahead and nerfed the nades spam by reducing their radius and also their damage. And then they also nerfed all the tacticals pretty much across the board as far as duration and effectiveness. So you should see that as a huge positive. So that's kind of my thoughts on all the good things that they've added to the game. So let's get into a little bit more of the bad and the ugly in my opinion. So to starters, they have not touched requisitions at all. I feel like this is one of the biggest components that does kind of take away the replay value of the game, because you can actually get better, and obviously my channel is all about those tips and tricks to improve. But what happens is, what's the point of getting better if you can just run requisitions and then just hop back and forth between A and C? There's no reason to get better. And then you can run the highest streaks, you can get a ball turret gunner, all that good stuff. So for me, that's bad and ugly right there altogether. They're also going to be adding a new tube. And for me, I mean, they're going to be able to attach it only to auto rifles or just rifles in general. So we'll see how it plays out. It supposedly doesn't have a strong blast radius, but why? Does this game really need more nades? Do we need more nade spam? Not really, in my opinion, but they added that anyways. The other thing they're going to be adding is make it so that everyone has standard, lethal, and a tactical. So you don't have to pick and choose. And then what's going to happen is now you're going to have people spamming you with different tacticals so that you get flashbang, and then they're going to throw a nade and then they're going to kill you. So we'll see how it plays out. It sounds more annoying than maybe it will be, but odds are that's bad and ugly. Another thing they're going to be doing is going to probably destroy ordnance for me personally, because basically it's going to force you to have to run over the body to pick up the actual extra score. So that kind of defeats the purpose of any long-range gaming. Maybe it'll synergize well with SMGs because you got to get that close range anyways. But for me personally, you're kind of destroying the perk because it also won't allow you to flip your different care packages. So the problem with that is now there's nothing in the game to flip your care package, so you're just left to the luck of RNG, which you would be anyways. So if you earned your streaks, now you can't even flip them if you've sacrificed everything to have that basic training. So in my opinion, that's another bad. And that's about going to wrap it up. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you agreed with what I said, you think anything else is going to be game changing. I know there's a lot of different stuff. I only want to focus on some of the big topics because to really break down every line by line, it'd probably take about 20 to 25 minutes. And I know you guys don't want to sit through that. So if you did enjoy the video in any way, if you liked my promptness of actually breaking down the video, if you like updates, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and turn those notifications on. And that wraps up the video. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.